Just real quick, I want to thank everyone for coming out tonight and supporting our local schools. Thank you so much. And biggest round of applause and so much appreciation to Allie for coming and playing for us. I really hope you all enjoy the show. And just thank you to the universe for putting this together. Tacos in the back if you're hungry, beer, drinks inside. So have fun, everyone.
Thank you.
Oh, okay, so no entertainment for 15 more minutes.
Go.
Okay, thanks.
Before I start, can we have a big thanks to Mitch and Patty and the Tortuga Barra. I've never been here before, and this is really cool. This is my third time ever in Barra de Potosí, and the last two times I was playing at the Fiesta de Ballenas. I don't know if anyone here was at that, but yeah, that was a good time. And I realized today that I'm wearing the same outfit, so if you weren't there, it's basically like being there. So yeah, it's all over Facebook. Yeah, this is my profile picture. Yeah, it's lovely to be here. I'm from Scotland, as you may have deduced already, so it's nice to, you know, play somewhere warm. But I might sweat a lot, so just disclaimer for the front row. You may get wet. It's like Disney World. I'm going to start with just like improv, because if you've not seen me before, I do a lot of slapping and it's very physical, so I need to warm up. And my first piece is always my warm-up because I'm a professional, so this is going to be kind of improvised, half what I always play. But it doesn't have a title, so this is just slappy guitar. Just gonna enjoy. water. That's solid tequila. So we're warmed up now. After all that. Yeah, you too. My shoulder does make clicking noises. Oh, how you doing, Heidi? Are you getting this all on video so you can practice it?
Yeah.
Good. I knew it! I knew it! You're going to be my battle buddy on stage. How's the volume? Is it okay? Is it? You don't want it louder?
Yes.
No, I'll cause feedback, probably. But it's all positive feedback. Here until March. So, yeah, this is my third time in Ziwa altogether. I came here in 2020 for the first time, and that was a long, crazy story. So, if anyone wants to hear it, I'll have margaritas afterwards. But it's a really long story. But basically, that first year, I came here because I was a huge fan of Rodrigo and Gabriela, who live in Ixtapa. If you want to stalk them, I don't know why I always tell people that, but Gabriela and I became like better friends than me and Rodrigo. We're still friends with Rodrigo, but Gabriela's a bit more like, yes, let's do everything together, we'll do this. And I was only in Ziwa for like 9 days, and then I was off to Cancun to do this other crazy thing. And then we crossed paths, like we crossed over in the airport. She was arriving in the airport and I was leaving, and she was like, come back next week. And I was like, I've already got my plane booked. And she was like, no, come back, we're doing this big whale concert. And I was like, God, what the fuck are you talking about? She was like, oh yeah, we're doing this gig on the beach and it's for whales, and I've written this whale song and I want you to come and play it with me. And I was like, okay. So yeah, that was a kind of crazy time, and that was the first time I was in Barra. And yeah, it was really kind of magical. And she wrote this whole incredible whale song, and it was this sort of stunning sunset, you know, situation, and it was really amazing. And then she was like, will you come back next year? And I was like, yes. Except the next year, there was a pandemic. So now I'm back. No, I was back last year. I'm back again. I don't know. Who is it? What day is it? Who am I? Anyway, the point of all that is I'm going to play a piece that I wrote after being here for the first time. And it was the pandemic and I had nothing else to do apart from write songs. So it was this crazy situation that I sort of made happen by just stalking Rod and Gab on the internet. And they were like, okay, we'll be your friend. Come to Mexico. And I was like, so when I was here, I got shown a couple of guitar techniques. I'm going to show you those techniques now, so pay attention. Okay. One of them was not actually by Rod or Gab, it was by Pablito, who's this great guitar player, Pablo Araujo. You might have seen him in Ziwa and Ixtapa and stuff. And he does lots of amazing guitar stuff, and he did this Venezuelan strumming pattern, which goes like this. And I was like, that is cool. I am going to steal that. That is very cool. So, but I do it like really fast so you can't tell. And it's still. And then Gab showed me this other thing that she calls El Gato, because it sounds like a cat going meow, meow, meow. A little bit, I guess. So, but I was like, that's cool. I'm going to steal that as well. So I stole those two techniques and I put them into a piece that I wrote during lockdown. And that piece is very cheesily called Manifest. Get in there, lead. There we go. I need a beer after that one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's called Manifest. Because it's all working hard, doing this stupid riff for ages, and then it all comes together at this big chord sequence, and it's so lush and beautiful. That's the idea behind it. But honestly, you have to come up with a story for instrumental songs quite a lot. But honestly, sometimes it's just a cool riff.
Yeah.
You gotta say something. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna sing one now. Because I like singing. I like showing off, you know what I mean? So. But I never used to write any singing things. It was always just guitar. Because I think I write terrible lyrics. You can be the judge. But please don't listen to them very carefully, because I really do think they suck. But during COVID, I had nothing else to do, so I was like, I'm going to try and write songs that I actually sing. Because I do like singing. I think I'm okay at it. But it's hard. It was hard at first to combine the guitaring with the singing, because the guitaring is quite a lot to concentrate on. So when I was adding in singing, I was like, I'll just sort of, tone it down and like keep it simple, and then just write songs. But no, it's all crazy shit all the time anyway. So that's what happens. So This is I never decide what I'm gonna play until I'm actually on stage, which is maybe a bad thing, but it keeps me on my toes, which are covered in mosquito bites. I've never done a gig in flip-flops before, so we'll see how the pedaling goes. So this was the first song I wrote ever that has lyrics that wasn't like a comedy song. It's a long story, but yeah, this is my first attempt. Everyone's favourite karaoke tune. Were those lyrics okay? Oh god. I'm always knackered after I do these gigs. I'm like, I've not done any exercise since before Christmas, but actually, doing gigs is quite tiring, so I'm counting it. I would get my steps up. If I had a Fitbit on, it would be like 10,000. Cool. So, I know there's a couple of guitar players in this crowd. And I used to be a guitar player, but now I'm a drummer as a guitar. But I used to play classical guitar. That was what I was taught since I was a wee lassie. And also, I think I was only taught that because I was a wee lassie. It was like, she's a girl, she'll play classical guitar, who cares? But it turned out pretty well, so in your face, society. But yeah, I started guitar when I was 7, and then I went to uni and did classical music at uni, so I apparently rebelled a bit after that. I was like, no, I'm gonna hit my guitar. But my dad always preferred the classical stuff. He calls this slappy guitar, and he prefers the plinky plonky guitar where I'm doing it. Prefers the plinky plonky. So I was like, alright, thanks Dad. But lots of people can do the plinky plonky stuff. He's like, yeah, but it's good. I'm like, oh. So to appease him, I wrote a piece that was sort of a reworking of a plinky plonky one. A classical guitar piece. The original piece is called Dança Brasileira, and it's by a Brazilian composer called Jorge Morel. It's really cool, and I played it all the time when I was at uni, like for every exam. And my teacher was like, you can't play that for every exam, and I was like, can't I? Try and stop me, and he was like, okay. So, but eventually I was like, yeah, you're probably right. But I really loved this piece because I liked all the cheesy Latin stuff. So to appease both of them, well, to appease my dad and to feel like this to my teacher, I sort of turned it into a slappy one, but it starts off kind of plinky plonky, so which sounds very good in a Scottish accent, plinky plonky, and this is called Brasileira. Rather ingenious. Plinky plonky over. called Simon. That dredged up some memories. In your face, Simon! Simon said, get lost. But also, I remember in one of my exams at university, I got told I move about too much. So now I just try and like shake my butt as much as possible, just to be like, you're just jealous you don't have my butt. Yeah. At home, all my friends call it the Todd butt. And I joined a funk band, and I play bass in this funk band. And I apparently have a bass waddle where I just do this all the time. So like you got the Todd waddle, the toddle, and I'm like, no, not the toddle. And we do a lot of funk songs. So we do loads of songs like Bad Mama Jamma, and every time we do it, my friend who's the singer is like, this song's about Ali Todd. Or we do Brick House, and she's like, this song's about Ali Todd. So, don't know why I told you this. I've had 1.5 beers. No, 2.5. Whoa, that's it. That's why. Okay, so I'm going to sing another one. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Well, I forgot that I wrote this song. I just plumb forgot I wrote it, and I was going through some files. I had to send some songs to people for a thing, and I discovered this song that I wrote during lockdown, and I just completely forgot that I wrote it. So I performed it last week for the first time, and I quite enjoyed doing it, so I'm going to do it again. And you can't stop me, because I've got the microphone. So. But the lyrics to this one, I don't know what I was on, but they're really like abstract. So if you're like, what's that song about? I don't know. I do not know. I'm sorry. I cannot tell you. I don't know what it's about. But it sounds cool. So this is a kind of bluesy one. My attempt at a slow song. So this is called 623, and I don't know why. Couldn't even touch it. But it hurt. comes to find me. Oh, every now and then. Oh, and I, pretty boy, like it all, familiar thing. And then it's messy. Oh, I only hope it's fast. 6:23. My mom would live there. 6:23. How did that be so? 6:23. I wanna go there. 6:23. I guess we'll never know. Never gonna know. Yes. I always try and play Prince at the end for some reason. We also cover that in my funk. She doesn't say that one's about Helen Todd, but we did. Not yet. She'll come around. So how are we doing? We all right? We having a good time? And it's really cool that you've all come to see me play guitar, but the main thing is that you all supported Por los Niños, so, and it's for Por los Niños, right? Let's hear for Por los Niños! So thank you very much for that. I feel like I'm actually doing something worthwhile if I'm doing these gigs for Los Niños, etc. And I'm going to be back in Barra on the 28th for the spring fair. So if you're about and you're up in the morning, I mean, I might not be, I might be asleep, but I'm supposed to be playing at 9:30 in the morning. I was asked by Amigos de los Animales, and they do some great work, so hopefully see you there. Oh, she's dehydrated. Yours should help, right?
Absolutely. 2 beers.
Okay. Okay. Decide on a tune. I'm gonna do a song I wrote about when I was in New Zealand. I used to live in New Zealand for a couple of years, and I was drunk for most of the time, but I was drunk on the street that this song is about, so it was worth it, Mum, honest. Yeah, I was in Wellington. I don't know if anyone's ever been to Wellington. Yeah, woo! Windy Welling. It's very windy. Statistically the windiest city in the world. Maybe even windier than Seawall. But there's this street that's really cool, and it has all these really cool sort of cafes and restaurants and shops, and it's got a fountain in the middle that's made of buckets. It's really cool. It's called the Bucket Fountain. They're geniuses in New Zealand, and but it's also got an Irish bar that I was in quite a lot, even though I'm not Irish. Okay, just to clarify, I'm not Irish. I've never been to Ireland. I've been to Belfast, but that's, yeah, it's been a topic of debate in Ireland, I believe, about whether or not that's. Anyway, so this street in New Zealand, in Wellington, was called Cuba Street, and that's the name of this tune that I'm going to play. extra 100 pesos. Thank you.
For the kids. It's for the kids. Total for the kids.
Total for the kids. Yeah. That's all I'm thinking of when I'm drinking beer and eating tacos. It's for the kids. Shake my top butt. It's all for the kids. Not to demean everything the charity does. Please have me back. It's warm, as we say in Scotland. It's warm. It's a two-syllable word in Scotland. Or we call it taps off weather. Take your taps off. Taps off. And my pal Cammy, he always wears cut-off jeans, and he says it's calves out weather. But he's got his calves out. I'm very proud of his calves. And I'm like, they're alright. He's like, oh, they're amazing. I'm like, okay. My dad's weirdly proud of his calves as well. Must be a man thing, I don't know. Mine are decorated with mosquito bites. They're fetching. But they're really shiny. What's in that cream you gave me? They're so shiny. Maybe sweat just now, but yeah, I was like, ow! I look like a supermodel. For mosquito bites, I don't know. But yeah, it's nice being back in Mexico because it's really miserable in Scotland at this time of year. It's not taps off weather in Scotland. So I'm going to play this next one, which is called Chasing the Sun. It's a singing one as well. So. So that was about a person, but it sort of turned into a love letter to Ziwa. I'd rather be in Ziwa. Yeah. Yeah. The first time I was in Ziwa, I was only here for that, like a little 9-day stretch, and then I went to Cancun and then came back and did the whale concert, and it was that whole thing. But I was sort of like, where can I go? Where's good to have food? And blah, blah, blah. And someone was like, go to Europa. And I was like, what is that? And they were like, it's the beach. And I was like, oh, of course it is. So I went to the beach and I had a little travel guitar with me. And I was sitting having a margarita and having some, salsa. And I was having a lovely little time noodling on my guitar. And then I was like, I'm going to have dinner with myself and take myself on a little date. And I walked down the beach. And I had my little guitar, and then I heard music coming from one restaurant, and I was like, aha, the restaurant for me. So I went in there, and it was La Cantonita, where we ended up having dinner the other night, which I was like, oh my god, I've been here before. And I was sitting there, and I had my little guitar on the table, and I ordered some food, and the band was like, do you play guitar? And I was like, yes. Do you want to play? And I was like, no. Oh, I just ordered tacos. So, and they were like, no, come and play. And I was like, no. And they were, come and play. And there was a whole table of Canadians or Americans in front of me going, yeah, go, you should play. It'll be great. It'll be awesome. And I was like, so it was, because it was only us and the band in the restaurants. I was like, okay. So, thank you very much. Yes. I am playing for beer tonight, so that's true. So I eventually played, and the first song I played, I broke the string on the guy's guitar, and I was like, oh, fuck. So then he was like repairing it, and I was playing it on my little travel guitar, like playing the next song, and there was a guy playing percussion, and then I learned, hang on, actually it gets better. I was like, I was staying in Lenoria in Ziwa, which is a wee bit away from Europa, and the guy who I was gigging with was like, do you want to ride home? And I was like a little bit drunk, and I was like, yes, stranger who I'd never met before. So he drove me back to my house and then knew where I was staying. But it turns out that this guy was Juanito Siwa, and he was the best guy ever. And I was like, yeah. But in all his songs, he'd be like, Siwa. And I was like, yes, I am in Ziwa. So that was a cool way of meeting him. And then I didn't realize who he was, but he was the famous Juanito Ziwa. Yeah. But he could have been a murderer, I don't know. Did my parents proud on that one. Idiot. Okay. So I'm going to do one. I've made you clap a little bit. There's going to be more clapping, don't worry. But I'm going to make you sing. Are you up for that? Have you had enough margaritas? I've been singing all night, so if I can do it, you can do it, But don't worry, we're going to be in 3-part harmony. And you think I'm kidding, but I'm really not. I'll teach you all the parts and, give you all your bits to sing. But you have to sing it with gusto, okay? That's the main thing. Because if you don't, it makes me look really stupid. Because I'm like, yeah, keep going. And everyone's just like, the crickets, there was literally a cricket right now. So please sing and don't make me cry. But there's 2 bits in this song that are the reason for the title. Because like I say, sometimes you just write something cool and you have to name it and all this. So there's a bit in this song that I think sounds like the Avengers theme tune. That's the Avengers theme tune. And there's a bit that I think sounds like it. And there's a bit in it that sounds like the James Bond theme tune. So, purely because of those 2 parts in this song, this is called Hero. You're gonna sing?
Yes.
See, we're warning you.
See, I can be quite aggressive. I am Scottish, so you're gonna sing. I mean, thank you for coming. I did a gig at, like, my favourite venue in Edinburgh. I play there all the time. And it's like, people will sing in there. It's a music bar. And I was like, oh, and they're just, and I was like, yeah, give me going, whoa, and they're just like, so yeah, I'm glad that didn't happen. Before I forget, I have a notebook, and I'm going to pass around. Some of you may have seen this notebook before in your life, but I am doing a huge tour of the USA. Don't know if anyone here is from the USA. Actually, I do. But I'm driving with 2 other musicians and 6 crew. We're taking 3 vans and driving from North Carolina to Washington on the Pacific coast, and then back to North Carolina over 6 weeks. And we're doing, it's a very exciting project. We're going to do 4 recording sessions at national monuments, like outdoor monuments. And we're going to record stuff that we write inspired by the landscape and the road. And the 2 other musicians, I've met one of them once and one of them never. So it's going to be an interesting experiment. And then we're also going to do, near the sites that we're recording at, benefit concerts to help maintain, support the people who volunteer to maintain the sites. And then our halfway point is the Gorge in Washington, where Brandy Carlisle and Joni Mitchell are doing a concert. Joni Mitchell! Oh my God! And also I've got this whole history with Brandy Carlisle. I sang with her last month in Cancun, so it's like a really weird thing that's happening. And then we're driving back to North Carolina, and we're doing a concert in Montana. And then we're driving for 3 days or something to get to Nashville, and we're doing a concert in Nashville. And I've never been there, so I'm very excited. And then we're doing a camp in West Virginia, and then we're finishing with a homecoming concert in North Carolina. So we're calling it the Monumental Journey, because that's literally what it is. And if you want updates on it and to help support it, and even if you don't want to support it, your friends might want to support it, you can put your email in this notebook that I'm going to pass around, and you can get updates about it. And if you don't care, tell your friends about it, because they might care, and because we're going to do a huge fundraiser, because we need to, you know, raise gas money and food and all that kind of stuff. So it's a lot of money. So if anyone has any, please give it to us. But yeah, if you could pass this around and put your emails and name in this little notebook that I've got, like a very old school musician from the 70s. That's old school, okay? I'm sorry, it is. That would be much appreciated. Thank you very much. I'm going to start over. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, round of applause.
Where are you playing in Montana?
I literally can't remember, so if you want to know, put your email in the notebook. I genuinely can't remember. That's not a marketing ploy. I think it's. I bet it's Missoula. It's a. I think this was the Montana one. It's kind of like a. Looks like a Western bar. Like, I can't remember the name of it, but it looks like you kick the doors open and then slide your drink down the bar to you, that kind of place. So when I'm there, I'm going to ask for a raspberry sarsaparilla. So, if you know the name of that bar, that's where we're playing. Yeah, we're going to play like the Runaway Train. Anyway, I don't know how long I'm supposed to play. How much longer should I be playing?
Forever!
Forever. Chain me to the stage. Yeah.
Daylight.
Yeah, daylight. I'm never.
Till you have to pee!
Some of us have to pee. You can pee. I'm not stopping you.
No, until you have to pee.
Until I have to pee. Yeah. I've got a tumbler here.
Keep going!
The soccer game in Scotland.
Yeah, I always play better when I have to pee. Play a lot faster. So the tour starts on the 17th of May. And the Brandy Joni gigs are on the 9th of June, 9th and 10th of June, I think. Yeah, and then, well, Brandy's playing on the 9th, and then Joni's playing on the 10th with Brandy.
Where?
She can't play herself. In the Gorge in Washington. And then the 11th is the High Women, which is the country supergroup that Brandy formed with Maren Morris and Natalie Hemby and Amanda Shires. And Tanya Tucker is playing as well. You know Tanya Tucker? And so that's a really cool, exciting thing. So, and then we get back to North Carolina for a big homecoming concert on the 30th of June is the plan. So it'll be about 6 weeks of driving, but it's gonna be great. So if you want to hear all about it, write your name down. I'm gonna do, I think, a couple more. Is that okay? Or keep going. Hey, monkey. So the whole reason I'm in Ziwa to begin with was my love of Rodrigo and Gabriela. So a lot of you who've seen me play will have heard me tell this reason I wrote this song. But it was about 2006 that I first was told about them. I was playing classical guitar at college, and there was this guy in my class, this mental guy in my class. He had hair like Slash, and he played Bach like a million miles an hour, and he was like a maniac. He was called Raymond, and he was like, "Hey Ali," he was from Glasgow. He was like, "All right, Ali, I've got this band I think you'll really like." And I was like, "Okay, Raymond," and he showed me this video, and it was these two guitarists playing a guitar like I'd never seen anyone play a guitar in my life, and they were playing on classical guitars, and I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen. I want to play like that. Immediately I was like, that's the kind of music I want to make. And so I got incredibly obsessed with them, and I realized that there's two of them and there's one of me. So I did convince a few friends to do covers with me and stuff like that, but they weren't as into them as I was. So I got this loop pedal to try and help me have a bigger sound, and my theory was I'm going to slap my guitar and then I'll shred on the top like Rodrigo does, and it'll be really exactly like them. But it kind of evolved, and it's become something completely different from them, i.e. not as good as them. They just announced a world tour, and I'm like, I'm not doing a world tour. But this was the first attempt I did at writing something with my loop pedal, and their first album had a review written in Q magazine. I don't know if they had Q in Canada and America. They certainly had it in the UK, and it was this music magazine, and it was a review of their first album, and it was like, this is real smoke and fire music. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. I'm gonna make smoke and fire music. So this is called Smoke and Fire. I was 17. Now this has clapping in 3 teams. Okay? So remember, you were singing in 3 teams, now you're gonna be clapping. And 1 team has to win. That's all I'm gonna say. Okay? Jesse?
Pause for 1 minute.
Can we pause? Sure. Yes, it gives me time to drink my beer.
Sorry for this inopportune break after your
Yay.
story.
It's okay.
But as you all know, this is a fundraising event as part of Sailfest and benefits Por Los Niños. And the artists such as Ali here donate their time and talent and energy to make events like this happen for a wonderful cause. So we're going to pass a little beer pitcher here around and ask everybody to please be generous to Ali to thank her for all her efforts and her time. Fantastic. And Yami is still in the back with tacos, so if anybody's hungry now or after the show, she'll still be there. We're gonna pass this around, and please be generous, like I said.
Oh.
Now you're in trouble.
All right. Okay, so we're going to be in teams. I'm going to tell you what to do. Don't worry. But if you've got the beer jug, then don't worry about clapping. I always say it was a draw, but you guys definitely weren't in the mix there. That was ropey stuff. Alright. So have I got time for one more tune?
Yay!
Cool. So if you like encores, that was the last song. Yeah. Say good night, good night. Oh, you guys, thank you so much. What a surprise. Thank you very much. Thanks for having me. Give it up for Tortuga Bar again. Yeah! And tacos, and for Los Niños, and Sailfest, and you guys for coming. Thanks. It's been really great playing back in Barra. So, since you asked, I'm going to do one more. Yeah, I'm going to roll one more tune. That's the chant we do in Scotland. We go, one more tune, one more tune. And it's really aggressive. We're very aggressive as a country. So, the last one I'm going to play is a tango I wrote. And it's called Tango.